must think that I'm a restless case because I ran away, because I ran away. If you listen to the words I say, you know that I'm okay, you know it's just a phase. Don't think I'm leaving cause I'm not at all, and if you get hurt it's unintentional. I just wanted you to realize that I'm the one you like, that I'm the one you like. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? I don't know. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Baby, I've been busy missing you. Say, have you missed me too? Say, have you missed me too? Was this intermission good for you? Yeah, was it good for you? Or are you just confused? Don't think I'm leaving cause I'm not at all. So if you get hurt, it's unintentional.
All right. Kept it just close enough so we could get off Turtle. We wanted to push her out kind of middle of the dock so that when we were gone, she wouldn't be bumping into anything. Lines all look good. It's time to fly back to the US.
Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here?
All right, well, time to go to work. So we have left Turtle for 1 week, only one short week, although it already feels like forever, because it is my last week of work with this contracting position that I had for 6 months. So for those of you who have only recently joined us, I took on a 6-month temporary contracting position as a physician while we were getting things ready to go to the Bahamas. It did spill over into January, so we had to actually travel and leave Turtle for a week, but it is my last week and it's a little bittersweet, but it was an excellent experience, and yeah, so off to work I go.
And while we're back in the States, we're using this opportunity to get another important thing done, which is pick up a ton of packages for things that we need on Turtle. So you can see here, this is back at my family's house. We've just got this massive pile of packages that have come in over the past couple of weeks. We are going to load up a suitcase with all of these things for repairs, minor upgrades to Turtle, a new set of pots, just things that we need on the boat that we just happened not to pick up before we left the States. So it's a great opportunity to load those up, put them in a suitcase, and easier than trying to get deliveries out in the Bahamas. So we'll load that up and take it with us.
When I agreed to work 1 week out of the month for 6 months, it felt like such an easy contract. It felt like it would be over in no time, and I would also want to continue this for a long, long time. Imagine having to work 1 week out of every month. They would pay for all your travel and all your stay, and you would be able to refill your cruising kitty with no issues, and you get to continue a dream that took you 15 years to get. Well, it is at the end of the 6 months, and as we got closer to the Bahamas and as we crossed over, we realized that it's not that easy. It's not that easy to leave Turtle every 3 weeks to find her dock where she could be safe, or to find something that was affordable to get on all the flights and connections all the way back to the US and travel all the way back. And the truth is, yeah, it did take me 15 years to get that medical degree, but that chapter can go on in a different direction. We never know what the future is going to hold. And we'll see what comes. But for now, we were both very, very eager to get back to Turtle and not have to get back on a plane or travel in any other way except our glorious 5 to 6 knots average on our beautiful, beautiful home, and to travel and explore at our own pace and at our own time. And do I regret it? Absolutely not. I absolutely love being a doctor, but I absolutely love being a sailor just as much. And who knows what I'll be next year. So for now, it was time to get back to Turtle. Well, we were gonna B-roll our way through the flight because it is not that exciting to get back to Turtle, get on a flight, get off a flight, get back to Turtle. But apparently the universe has different plans for us. We got to Fort Lauderdale. We were supposed to take our final connecting flight over to Marsh Harbor yesterday, and we, all got on the plane. We taxied down the runway. We were about to take off, and then we turned back around, and we came back, and it turns out our plane was broken. I think one of the engines wasn't working properly or something. We didn't get the details, but they booked us a flight for the next day. They put us up at a nice hotel, and here we are. But I thought it was really, really interesting because of all the places to get stuck, we have gotten stuck in Fort Lauderdale, which for those of you who are new to the channel, you can go back about a year and this time around last year and see the absolutely incredible nightmare of a medical story that we had last year. So just in a very grand summary, I thought I had cancer, and then I turned out not to have cancer, but it was an excruciatingly painful time for the both of us. And a lot of viewers have recently messaged us asking us how I am for an update, and I thought, well, if the universe is trying to say, take an extra few seconds in Fort Lauderdale, maybe it's trying to say, take a few extra seconds to talk to you guys about a little bit of an update. And the update is actually really boring in the most excellent way. I am A-okay, so my biopsy site that I had the piece taken out has healed really nicely. I have no more bumps, no more pain. I needed to take steroids for about 4 months, and it is all gone. I've got a little bit of a checkup I need to do once a year, but otherwise, all gone. I've yet to meet a physician who can actually follow me, who has seen this disease before, so having a super rare disease is actually really, really frustrating because there's no help for you out there, but I am A-okay, and I think we're doing pretty well considering this time last year, I'm pretty sure I was pretty close to being bedridden, but I think Dave remembers this story a little bit better than I do.
It's a really tough time when we were here in Fort Lauderdale, and then what came after that, going to Costa Rica, going back to New Jersey, and just that full 3-4 months at the beginning of the year was some of the most challenging times of our lives, right? I was constantly worried about Spandana, trying to figure out what hospital to go to, how do we do treatment. At some point I thought we had to go through chemo, and she had to go through chemo, and what we were going to do, and it was just really hard to just navigate all of that and figure it out. And when we finally got the news that it wasn't cancer and we could move on with our lives and do other things and go back to sailing, that was just such a huge relief. Like, it was night and day from just pretty much the worst period in our lives to, okay, we can go back to Turtle, we have everything we thought we could have done, and now even more we appreciate the fact that we started this and we realized how kind of fragile that whole idea that you have time is, and that you'll always have tomorrow to figure out your plans and things like that. You still need to prepare, you still need to figure things out, and that's what we've been doing a lot of this year, but to a large extent, it's been really good to just recognize that we have such a limited amount of time to get things done, and to just embrace the things that we want to do, and be grateful that we're able to do them. So nice to be back on the boat. We got here and we had all the stuff to unpack, and we were just like, later. We're just sitting here in the cockpit with all of our bags strewn around us, just taking in the breeze and have the sunshade up. It's a good life.
Welcome to our new Patreons, Madi and Justin and Chris Fagan.